Yeah, Anil, go ahead. Go ahead.
In the fourth sloka, it is in the text you sent, it is actually written Sarvopanishado Gavo, but I heard you pronounced as Gava. So
Correct. Correct. So, 1 minute. Okay. So, the Sarvopanishado Gavo versus Sarvopanishado Gava. So, this is a peculiarity of the Sanskrit language. Okay. So, there is something called Sandhi in Sanskrit. So, Sandhi, the way to visualize Sandhi is when two words come close to each other, they start shaking hands with each other. And in the process, their positions change. Like the position of the hands change when you start shaking hands with somebody. So, like that, this Gavaha, what used to be Gavaha, and then Dogdha, I think the next word is Dogdha. So, when this Visarga, these two dots, is called Visarga in Sanskrit. And that when the Visarga is followed by a soft consonant, this Da is a soft consonant. And then there is a rule that says the Visarga will become O. And when it is preceded by Akara, etc., there is a rule. So Gavaha will become Gavo. And so when we chant together, Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopala Nandana. That's the way to chant it. But since we stopped at Gavaha, so there is a long pause before we say Dogdha. Therefore, we must chant it the way that word Gavaha should be. And it's actually Gavaha. So we say Gavaha. So I won't say it's wrong to chant Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogdha Gopala Nandana, because if you say it's wrong, then people will get confused. And then, all lifelong I've been chanting Gavo, and then now it is Gavaha. So that confusion need not be there. If you can get used to this new way of chanting, that's nice. And we will have ample opportunity to practice that. Okay?
one more question I have.
Yeah.
So we typically say that like belief is person specific, and so unless person verifies for himself, it doesn't become knowledge for him. So is it like see, knowledge and belief, knowledge should be universal, right? But with this I feel it is like become person specific.
Correct. So person specific. Yeah. Correct. So that's
So isn't knowledge universal? Like, is it person specific?
so yeah, you made a good point, which is belief is person specific. Yeah, belief is person specific, no doubt about that. But if you say, I believe that Narendra Modi is a competent and the best leader India has had in the recent post-independence. Suppose somebody says that. So, okay, that's a belief, and you're welcome to believe it, person specific. And many people believe like that. So it has come to a point where it is no longer person specific. And the belief is so strong and so pervasive that it is no longer person specific. It becomes, person means the believer specific. Okay. Believer specific. It has now become an attribute of that person, Narendra Modi himself. Correct? That is when the belief is so pervasive, then it becomes a property of the person itself. But still, we will say, okay, let it be a belief. Let it be a belief. It's commonly believed by everybody. And some which are not commonly believed by everybody, highly subjective. highly subjective. And so all our taste, food and all these things, very subjective, and we say so many things, and all of which are subjective, many of which anyway. Now, knowledge, if you say, knowledge, yeah, I may not know something. So I don't know how an aircraft is made. I don't know how an aircraft, such a big object, how it takes off from the ground. I know nothing of this science, and yet it keeps happening every day. So for me, that knowledge is not there. And yeah, so whether a person has that knowledge or not is dependent on the person, no doubt, right? The person. But the knowledge is given. Knowledge is out there. All facts, all the laws governing motion, governing flight, governing gravity, anti-gravity, all those laws are all given. Those laws are not dependent on Jaikumar and Anil, correct? So that is what we mean. That is what we mean when we say knowledge is not person specific. It is specific to the object. That is what we mean. Object of knowledge. Yeah.
Yeah, but we discussed that point, right? That unless I verify, it is not knowledge for me.
Yeah, that is okay. That is fine. Unless you verify it, it's not knowledge for you. And that's perfect. You can verify it. So
So is it that it's not knowledge only for me? Matlab, in general, it's a knowledge, but may not be for me. Is it like that?
yeah, so that is the peculiarity of knowledge, is facts are there, but I don't know any of those facts initially. And then slowly I have to pick up those facts. I have to gain that knowledge. And that's a function of the mind, no doubt. But once I know it, once I verify it, I can only verify it. I don't have the ability to change that knowledge. And so that is good. Those are all good points. The knowledge doesn't change. That is what we mean when we say the knowledge is not dependent on me. But yeah, the effort has to be expended by me, and I must know. And some things to know may take longer. Some things are easier to understand, etc. Yeah, those are all dependent on the person. Verification, all that has to take place. Yeah.
Dhanyavad.
Anybody else? Okay.
In last class, you talked about Ragam Amritavarshini.
Yeah, who's speaking?
Sorry.
Okay,
yeah, the video got now. You talked about Amritavarshini Ragam.
Yeah.
Okay, and I found an article in Hindu paper which says a Raga's journey appealing Amritavarshini. I'm just reading the first few sentences. Amritavarshini is a divine raga said to usher in showers of rain when sung. The moods associated with it are joy and excumbrance, appeal, and passionate exclusion. So probably that is how it is related to Bhagavad Gita Amritavarshini.
Yeah.
Like it is showered like rain with all those essence of life.
So I think what it means there is that raga. So different daytime ragas are there, evening ragas are there, and different ragas for different moods, to express different moods. So this raga seems to be that Anandatmaka raga. So it has the ability to create that joyful mood and a happy mood, happy disposition. So I think that is what it means, Amrita Varshini. And amazing, so much psychology is there, right? Just the sound notes, the way it comes, can change the mood, can influence the mood of a person. And so good, I'm glad you pointed that out. And so there it is Amrita Varshini, here it is Advaita Amrita Varshini. So there it is more experiential Ananda. Here it is Ananda born of knowledge of the whole. Good. Thanks, Saraswati. All right. So we will conclude with that. Om Tat Sat.
Thank you. Dhanyavadah. Namaskara.
Thank you, Jai Maharaj.
Somebody, you can pause for a minute.
Yeah.